Joining me now is Moshe Lavi. His brother-in-law, Omri Miran, is still being held hostage in Gaza. Moshe, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
First, tell me a little bit more about how concerned you are right now about your brother-in-law's safety, particularly as a new offensive is about to get underway.
We are naturally concerned every day. We are concerned primarily because Omri is being held by a vicious terrorist organization that starves him, deprives him of water, sanitation, sunlight, tortures him. And as we've seen in a video Hamas release of him in late April, his situation is dire, and it's likely to be even worse now, nearly half a year later. But we are, of course, also concerned that the military pressure that is going to be applied, the threat of military pressure, is going to lead to more executions of hostages, as we've seen exactly a year ago when 6 hostages were executed in cold blood by Hamas in Rafah, and only a few weeks earlier in Khan Yunis, 6 others. So we're concerned, and we're calling our government, pressuring our government to agree to a deal that is on the table right now, and calling the international community to stop emboldening Hamas and force them to disarm, disband, and agree to a hostage release.
You know, you just touched on it right there about the deal that has been somewhat on the table. We have yet to hear from Israel on that. What is the message to the government? You just briefly talked about right now that you would like them to accept the deal.
The deal that is on the table right now that has been, at least based on reports, we naturally don't know what's the details. But according to the reports, this is very identical deal to the Witkoff plan that Israel agreed to about 3 weeks ago. And if that is the case, not much has changed on the ground besides having the hostages experiencing terrible conditions and their situation worsening. So if that's the case, and we can save 10 lives now, recover bodies of hostages now, we should do it, and then enter negotiations in the next 60 days for a comprehensive deal. I believe only a comprehensive deal should be on the table, and that deal should include the disarming of Hamas. That was the expectations from the Cairo talks this week, that Qatar, Turkey, and Egypt will pressure Hamas. They failed in their job, as they failed for the past nearly 23 months. But even with that failure, there is the Witkoff plan on the table, and we have to agree to it and then enter for negotiations for the comprehensive deal.
And finally, Moshe, I wanted to ask you, how is your family holding up? How is the family of your brother-in-law maintaining and keeping up hope as all of this continues?
As my sister Lishai say, Omri's wife, we try not to be too optimistic. We try not to be too pessimistic. We're just trying to face reality and every day as it is. And that keeps us grounded, keeps us motivated to keep advocating for the hostages, for Omri, to ensure that Omri returns home to hug Ronnie and Alma, my nieces, hug his father, Danny, and his siblings. This is what keeps us going, and we'll keep advocating for the hostages for until everyone is home, until all 50 are home. As you saw earlier this week, hundreds of thousands of Israelis have been supporting the families of hostages on the streets, and they'll keep supporting and pressuring our government. But again, I want the international community to do more. I want Canada to do much more in pressuring Hamas and their accomplices and sponsors. And I hope the Prime Minister of Canada hears this now. He has failed in his duty as a member of the international community, and he needs to act now to pressure Hamas.
Moshe, we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Moshe Lavi's brother-in-law is still held hostage in Gaza. Thank you.